This morning, I have asked a federal court to clarify what the law actually is. This is not just a North Carolina issue. This is now a national issue.
As a result of their decisions, we are now moving forward. Today, we are filing a federal civil rights lawsuit against the state of North Carolina.
Dueling lawsuits yesterday. The Department of Justice in North Carolina now suing each other over the state's so-called bathroom bills, requiring transgenders use the bathroom of the gender on their birth certificates. Here to weigh in on this is Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Napolitano. Okay, so they're suing each other. Who's going to decide this thing?
Well, it'll be decided by one federal judge. It's interesting. After Governor McCrory filed his suit
in the morning,
right, the Justice Department, instead of counterclaiming in the same suit, filed their own in a federal court in a different part of North Carolina because they didn't like or trust the judge to whom the first suit was assigned. They're going to get it anyway. Here's the background. City of Charlotte says every business here and everything in the government has to have separate bathrooms for everybody who wants them.
If they have more than 15 employees.
Correct, correct. The state of North Carolina says to Charlotte, well, you can't write a rule like that. You certainly can't tell people on private property what to do. So on private property, we're going to let people do what they want. And because the government is strapped for cash, we're not going to make governments create new bathrooms. The Justice Department then threatens North Carolina and says under the Civil Rights Act of '64, which says nothing about sexual orientation or transgendered identity, you can't do this. And besides, when you accepted money from us for the University of North Carolina, you signed an agreement not to discriminate against people on the basis of sexual orientation.
Right.
So the question is, does the Civil Rights Act of 1964, 50 years ago, which does not cover sexual orientation, does it cover gender identity? It was not an issue at the time, but can you logically extrapolate the language from that law 50 years ago to the problems we have today? Governor McCrory says no. Why does he say no? Because 4 times the Congress looked at this, and 4 times the Congress said no.
It's something for Congress to decide rather than this, right?
Well, it'd be in the hands of a federal judge, and he'll decide. Is it for Congress? Is it for the courts? Or is it for the states?
We'll stand by. Judge, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Meanwhile, straight